There's one thing that English learners never learn, and because they don't learn this, they can study for years but still feel lost and confused when a native speaker talks to them. Very simple words, but they still don't understand them and get confused. Look at these words. Give in, get off, look up, look up. You already know every single word in the phrase, like give in, but together, the meaning is completely different. These are called phrasal verbs. And without them, if you don't use phrasal verbs, you will feel like a robot, first. And second, you will not be able to understand native speakers, movies, TV shows. You will feel like native speakers speak really fast and they sound confusing and you can't follow what they're saying. After learning phrasal verbs, you suddenly understand movies, TV shows, conversations, interviews online, right? In this video, you will learn at least 20 phrasal verbs. When you see a phrasal verb in a conversation, even if you don't know the meaning, you will start recognizing it. Aha, phrasal verb. And then you will look it up. Look it up, by the way, that is one phrasal verb. So look up means to search for the meaning of something or to search specific information online or in a dictionary. So look it up. When you see a phrasal verb that you don't know, you will look it up online or in the dictionary and find the meaning. I will teach you 20 phrasal verbs. Now, like I said before, some of them feel obvious, the meaning is clear, but some of them will surprise you because the meaning is completely different. Let's start with wake up. Wake up means to stop sleeping. Like, I wake up at 6 in the morning. The next one is get up. Now, get up is different from wake up. Wake up is when you open your eyes, right? But get up is when you leave your bed. You get out of bed. Now, native speakers don't say, I leave my bed in the morning. No, they just say get up. Or they never say, I stop sleeping at 6 o'clock. No, they say, I wake up. So grab a pen and paper and write this stuff down. This is the part that most English learners skip. You don't write stuff down. You just watch passively, or you listen to a podcast episode while scrolling on your phone or while talking to somebody else. No, you need to focus and write stuff down that otherwise you'll forget everything. So let's begin. What is a phrasal verb? A phrasal verb is two words, a verb plus a small word like up, down, away, off, in, after. And together, they mean something completely different. Now, some phrasal verbs keep a similar meaning, like sit. You sit on a chair, or you sit on the ground. When you tell someone sit down, that's just the meaning is very similar, right? The direction, sit down, sit up. But most phrasal verbs have a completely different meaning from the actual verb. And that's what we're going to learn today. So for example, to get something, like every morning I get a coffee from Starbucks. I get a coffee. But when we say get off, the meaning is different. To get off means to leave work, to finish work for the day. Another meaning is if you're on a train or on a bus, you get off the bus or the train. Like, I will get off at the next train station. It means I will leave the train. Now let's talk about phrasal verbs related to daily life. These are phrases that Americans use every single day. The first one is get off. I explained this earlier. It means to leave the train, to finish work, right? Even if you work from home, when you stop working, you can say, I get off work. I get off work at 5. No work after 5, right? The next one is put on. Put on means to put clothes on your body, right? The phrasal verb to wear something is put on. I put on my jacket this morning because it was cold outside. Actually, it's not. It's really hot. So instead of a jacket, I put on sunscreen for my skin so I don't get sunburn because it's super hot. The next one is take off. Take off is the opposite of put on. When we talk about clothes, when we talk about cream, or especially for girls, when you put on makeup, you can say take off the makeup. It means remove the makeup, right? I take off my shoes when I enter the house. I don't walk around the house with my shoes on. That's dirty, you know? But be careful because take off has some different meanings. It changes when we talk about airplanes. Like the plane takes off at 6:45. It means the plane leaves the ground. Take off. Same two words, same phrasal verb, but different meanings. The next one is pick up. Again, this phrasal verb has a few meanings. It can mean to lift something, pick up my coffee, or pick up my coffee mug, or to collect something or someone. Like, I will pick you up at 5. Will that work? It means I will come to you and collect you. You can get in my car, right? And sometimes it also means learning something quickly. Like, when you learn phrasal verbs, you'll start picking up so many new words. It means you will start learning so many new words. It's just crazy. English is crazy, man. And then we have throw away. Throw away means to put something in the trash, right? I throw away all papers that I don't use anymore. I throw away my old notes that I don't use anymore or I don't need anymore. Now think about your own room. If you walk into your room at night and it's really dark, what do? You turn on the light. Turn, this is the meaning of turn, right? To turn a key. But turn on means to start a machine or to start a light. These days, it's really, really hot in my city. So as soon as I start my car, I turn on the AC because it's too hot. So that is turn on. You don't say, I start the AC or I start the light. No, you say turn on. And of course, turn off is the opposite. When I leave my room, I turn off all the lights. I turn off my computer. Now let's talk about the people in your life. Look at the word hang out. What is hang out? To hang out means to spend time with friends, family, in a relaxed way. Like, we hang out at the coffee shop every Friday. Or let's hang out and play video games. Get along. What is get along? Get along means to have a good relationship with someone. For example, my brother and I get along very well. Here's a very interesting phrasal verb. Again, it's about people. Run into. Run into. What does that mean? Run into has nothing to do with running. No, it means meeting someone by chance. You didn't plan it. Like, I ran into my old teacher on the street, or I ran into an old friend at the conference, right? Native speakers use this all the time. They don't say, I met a friend by chance. No, they don't say that. They say, I ran into or bump into. I bumped into my English teacher and I got nervous because I didn't know how to talk in English. So yeah, if you run into me, say hi. Now let's put some of these phrasal verbs together. Yesterday, I was looking for a parking spot at the mall and I ran into one of my friends. He said, let's go get a coffee. So we went to get coffee and we hung out for like an hour. It was a really nice surprise. And my friend and I get along really well. We are good friends. The relationship is good. See how natural that sounded? Because I used phrasal verbs. And that is the power of phrasal verbs. Now let's talk about phrasal verbs related to classroom and office. Native speakers use these phrasal verbs in school, at work. The first one is find out. Find out means to discover something or to discover new information. I found out that one of my friends just got fired from the company, from his job. Work out. Work out actually has two meanings. One is to exercise, and the other one is to find a solution for something. Like, we need to work out a solution about the work schedule. We need to find a solution. Same word, two meanings. The next one is give up. Give up means to stop trying. Don't give up on learning English. See, it's fun. Keep practicing every day. I really mean it. English is really fun. I learned English and I really enjoyed it, and you can enjoy it too. So don't give up. The next one is sign up. Sign up means to register for something. I signed up for a gym membership 2 weeks ago because I really need to start working out again. I haven't worked out, I haven't exercised for like 3 months. There are some phrasal verbs that really surprise English learners. And one of those is get over. Get over means to recover from an illness or a difficult experience, like a hard time to get over. It took me a week to get over the flu. So bad. You'll also hear this for feelings, like getting over a loss of someone, or getting over a breakup, or getting over a sad news. Get over. Or sometimes you can tell your friend, come on, man, get over it. Get over it and move on. It means stop letting this thing bother you so much. Again, write these down. Find out, work out, give up, sign up, get over. Go back and watch it again and write down the meaning with the example. This is how you learn how to use them in your own daily conversations. And our last one, check out. Check out has two meanings. It means to look at something with interest, to look at something or to listen to something with curiosity, or to leave a hotel. You're staying in a hotel and you're finished with your stay. You go down with your keys and you say, I'm ready to check out at the desk, right? I'm ready to leave. I'm not staying here longer. But the other meaning, like I said, is to look at something or to listen to something with interest, like you want to learn about it. Sometimes you can tell your friend, hey, check this out. I watched a movie yesterday and it was fun. You have to watch it. Or check out this photo. Check out this photo. It's really, really nice. Check out this piece of art. It's really nice. That is check out, right? Or when we travel, we usually like to check out the parks in the city, to go and see the parks in the city. Now let's put a lot of them together. I get up at 6 in the morning, then I turn on the coffee maker to make a coffee, then I put on my work clothes and leave the house. I get off work at 5 o'clock, go to the bus station, get on the bus, then I get off the bus right in front of my house. It's so convenient. And when I get home, I take off my work clothes, take a shower, and try to rest and hang out with my family. You see, so many phrasal verbs in just one thing. You just learned at least 20 phrasal verbs. But watching this video one time is really not enough. You have to go back and watch this video again and again. Write down the important phrasal verbs and sentences in your notebook and review them and start using them in your conversations. Start hearing them when you are watching a movie and start recognizing them when you're listening to a lesson. This way, you will strengthen your vocabulary. You're going to learn lots of new vocabulary words. You will increase your vocabulary skill and you will start using them much more easily, and you will not forget them. But now, before you go, tell me in the comments which phrasal verb was completely new for you. Write a sentence in the comment section below using the phrasal verb. I would love to see your comments. Thanks for watching, and if you like this video, share it with a friend.